Sophia Popov, welcome back to the AIG Women's Open. You are, of course, our defending champion. It's a pleasure to have you back in Scotland. How are you feeling this week coming into it?
Pretty good. I'm very excited to be back. It's kind of cool to see, first of all, from the parking spot to all the the live videos going on in the clubhouse and all the pictures, and just brings back a lot of memories of last year, and obviously this most special week in my golf career. So it's a little bit emotional kind of coming out here, but I'm very excited, and it's obviously a really cool venue.
All right, excellent. Now, if we do have any questions from the media, please indicate this via raising your virtual hand or in the chat function. Sophia said it's been a little bit emotional. Can you tell us what those feels were when you first, you saw your car parking spot and you've entered into the championship and your face is everywhere?
Yeah, literally everywhere. I just think it's, it takes a while. Like you only realize it once you get on site, and you do see your face everywhere, and you realize, oh my God, it's been a year now, and this is the event, that changed so much for me. And I think up until last week, it was more of just a regular season and just keep playing. And then once I kind of set foot out here, it was like, okay, I think I'm coming here to truly enjoy this week, regardless of what happens. It's been, I think this is my 6th or 7th week on the road now. So obviously we're all, it's kind of the highlight of the summer, more or less, for myself. And, but again, we're all a little bit tired probably at this point, but I think this is kind of making me and energizing me a lot, just to be here and just the excitement surrounding the event.
Excellent. Our first question is from Martin Dempster, please.
Thanks, Liv. Hi, Sophia.
Hi.
Can you take it? I know it was played at a different time of the year, slightly later in the year last year. Can you take us back to the Tuesday, exactly your emotions, what your thoughts were about, what you could achieve that week?
It was obviously last year was a completely different time. I also, just in my career, I think where I was at that moment, I think it's actually funny just playing my practice round today. It's a lot of the same emotions that kind of go through that I had last year, where it's just I'm kind of excited to be back to play some links golf, and just enjoy the venue because it's so special. It's the site of my first AIG Women's Open in 2011. So it just brings back a lot of memories just from having played here in 2011 and 2012. And so I think this I'm just enjoying myself being out here. And I think that's very similar to last year. Just last year, I didn't know what was going to happen on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't know this year either.
Yeah, obviously having played the course before, how does it feel different? The course is set up this week compared to the first time you were here?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I think the one thing that stands out for me is that we're playing 17 as a par 4 this year. We played it as a par 5 back in 2011. I think that made that final stretch a little bit more manageable. Now we're looking at 4 pretty strong finishing holes with 15, 16, 17, and 18. So I think that, you're just going to have to be fully on. I mean, it wasn't very much different at Troon either. I think the final stretch is not that easy, but you did have 16 to kind of relieve some of the pressure. And I think that's going to be a little bit different. I think I didn't really realize that quite as much in 2011, how tough that final stretch really is. So that's kind of something that's definitely noticeable this year. But other than that, I think it's playing very similar. And, it all depends on the wind. We've been playing it in a different wind, I think, than we're going to have starting on Thursday. So it all depends on that.
Yeah, one final one from me. Having backed up the win last year, you've got a Solheim Cup on the horizon. How exciting is that?
Yeah, it's very exciting. I think a lot of times I think I might even mentally get ahead of myself a little bit, just really looking forward to that week. And the excitement of it always reminds me, of all the great things that have happened last year and this year. And, the fact that the British Open, of course, last year I played well and I won this tournament, but I had to back it up with some other finishes to make that Solheim Cup team. And I think I did that pretty well throughout the end of last season and the beginning of this season. So I think now I fully, grasp the idea that I really belong on that team. And I'm just now, I think I can actually really enjoy it and really look forward to it.
Thank you. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Our next questions are from Beth Ann, please.
Yes. Hi, Sophia.
Bye.
So much of your life has changed over the past year. What have you worked hard to keep the same?
I think that just the enjoyment, I guess, of playing and just trying to have a good time and a good mindset. I've caught myself the last, 7 weeks have been a little bit of a roller coaster on the golf course, just because it's been very tiring, I think, with all the travel that we've been going through. And I think I try really hard to just, stay in the moment, go, hole by hole, shot by shot, and not really think ahead too much, because I think it's just very easy too, when you're playing so much and you're playing so many really big events, to kind of get ahead of yourself a little bit and expecting a lot. I think to this day, I just get to the golf course and I expect myself to play well all the time. And, sometimes the body just doesn't want to go the way you do, and mentally you're fine, but your body's just kind of tired, or the other way around, your body's fine and you're mentally just a little bit exhausted from the last few weeks. So I think it's just really enjoying being out there, especially this week, just to take it all in, because, I don't know what's going to happen this week and going forward. So just being able to tee it up as a defending champion is something that's very, very special, and something that I shouldn't take too lightly either.
And then just one more, if I may. You had a very special caddy on the bag at Troon. What's been the process like trying to replace him?
He's irreplaceable. No, I think, I talked to him yesterday, and obviously Max is not just someone that's really, I guess, really good on the bag, but he's obviously a great life partner. So I think in every department, he always kind of has the right things. He always says the right things at the right times. And I think it's very hard in that sense to replace him. I think, I've got a great caddy in Carlos on the bag this week, starting last week. He's very calm, reminds me a lot of Max, actually, in a lot of ways. And it's tough because I know he's not going to be there I don't think he's caddying anytime soon. So I have to figure out a way to play golf without him, which I've done pretty well this year already. So I just think that it's nice to know that he's only a phone call away and is supporting me from wherever he is.
Our next questions are from Dave Galloway, please.
Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. Great to see you. Couple of quick questions from me. Current form, where is your game at right now, would you say?
I think that it's actually in a better spot than I think it is. I think that I had some, I think about 5-6 weeks ago, I think just playing so much kind of made me a little bit tired. And I think a couple mistakes were creeping in, starting at the US Open, especially after that week in Vegas that was just really long and grueling. So I've been trying to kind of keep it very, very simple. I think I've overcomplicated things a little bit for myself these last few weeks, trying to be that perfect ball striker that I think I can be, but it's just not necessary around here. Like, you just have to pick good targets and miss the ball in the right spots. And I think that's what I'm getting back at. I think these practice rounds have been very good. And I think it's a lot more, I think, mental effort for me than it is physical effort right now. So just kind of keeping my head in the game and making sure I stay very focused and especially on some of the tougher shots.
And to be back at Carnoustie, we know it's a very special place indeed for you. There are also going to be thousands and thousands of Scottish golf fans there cheering you on. How special is that going to be? Yeah,
it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome to kind of see the flip side of last year. Last year was, very quiet in general, just because we didn't have any fans out there. But I could see, a lot of the people coming off the beach, and they really wanted to watch some golf. And I think that's going to be the great thing about this year. Everyone's, I think, looking forward to this so bad. I know Scottish fans are always awesome. They're always, I feel like they're very well known to cheer for everyone, which is great. They know the game so well, so they know they can decipher good shots from bad shots. And I think that's the greatest part of it, just for them to also really be able to enjoy it, because they weren't able to enjoy it last year. So I'm just as excited for the fans as I am for myself.
That's great. Thank you very much, Sophia. Good luck.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Phil Casey, please.
Yeah, hi, Sophia. Just want to ask you quickly about the Solheim Cup. How much has Katrina Matthew talked to you about what's going to happen in a few weeks' time, or has she been sort of leaving you alone to focus on this week?
It's been actually kind of nice. She's been texting me, after every time I've been playing well, and just to see how I'm doing and how I'm feeling. And I got to play with her yesterday, which was very nice. We had a couple quick chats, but also just about everything in general. I don't think she's just someone to talk to only for Solheim Cup purposes, but for a lot of other stuff. She's been a great help. And I think that now that it's a lot closer, we were able to have some conversations about it, obviously, that I won't let anyone into. But, it's also a little bit early for her to even talk about too much, because she's still got some picks to make. And, I think that we I guess would try to help her as much as we can, but it's up to her at the end of this week. So, for most parts, we're just chatting about this week and really just looking forward. I think we're just very excited now.
And without giving away anything that she's told you, have those conversations made you more nervous, more excited, petrified? How would you describe it?
Honestly, I would actually say calm me down a lot. I think that just someone with her experience and just talking about some of the things, I think everything she says sounds really calm. So I think that's the quite nice thing. I feel like there's not so much pressure tied to everything she says too. She's like, yeah, she's pretty laid back, and you take things as they come. And at the same time, she's probably deep down excited and very nervous about what's going to happen and how the team's going to shape up like this coming week. And but I think that in general, our conversations just have been very mellow. And also I think a lot of the nerves that I might have for that week, I've talked to so many players at this point that have really given me great advice on it. And so I'm starting to feel calmer and calmer until I get to that first tee. But
I was going to say, so you'll be volunteering to hit the first tee shot on the Saturday morning, will you?
I'm definitely not hitting off the odds.
Very wise, very clever. Thanks, Sophia. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any final questions? Oh, Bethan, definitely.
Sorry, just one more if I could.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about the overall buzz that, you're hearing in the locker room of players being at Carnoustie? For many in the field, it's a first, or the first time in a long time.
It's been pretty fun, actually. I think that there's been this video that's just been like on a 20-second cycle going on in the clubhouse, and everyone's just kind of like, I think everyone's just fed up of seeing me, to be honest. But it's really funny because everyone just comes by and, it's like they call you defending champ and you're just like, okay, normally I'm way too humble of a person to even identify with something like that. But I know this week I can, so I'm just taking it all in. I'm like, yep, I'm defending. So I'm actually getting better at just accepting that and being all cool about it. But it's pretty cool. It's awesome. And I think that just for me and myself, you walk in the locker room, and I have one of the first lockers, obviously for all the previous winners. And that's just something that's very cool. And I honestly didn't even know about until I got here.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, Sophia, we will wrap it up there. Thank you so much for being very generous with your time today. We really appreciate it. And we wish you the best of luck in your title defense at the
Awesome.
AIG Women's Open.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.